start. Say stuff.
One second. Hello.
There is magic.
PC gaming opening with something which doesn't look like that.
It says
I don't even know what that is.
just obey the rules.
Wait, what the heck?
Oh, what? Oh!
It says, just listen
That's not what
to
that
the
is.
stories.
Oh, What Remains of Edith Finch. That was one of the most disturbing games on my disturbing games list.
The limits. Overclock.
It involves killing babies.
It says don't.
You're actually hitting the string because. Wait, give me a second. I want to hit refresh.
Unleash them. It says seriously. Is every game battle
Oh wow!
or is it just
They are
from mountaintops to dungeons, from deep waters to
Subnautica.
deeper space, from solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together. This is the PC Gaming Show.
I haven't seen the PC gaming show in many years. Has it changed, or is it?
I don't know. All I know is that
still-
my favorite game company of all time has a big slot here.
Who's that?
ArenaNet.
Oh, hello to everyone
I've been
online.
playing Guild Wars.
Hello to everyone
Guild
at the
Wars,
World
the
Turn.
series
Welcome to
for the last
PC
15
Gaming
years.
Show!
Damn.
Yes. My name's Dane, and I'm your host today. I am delighted
He is delighted
to be here today. Show for you this afternoon.
He is a beautiful
First,
man.
to all of you
I
who
want
came
to
out
like
the World Turn,
rub his
thanks for joining
forehead and
us. The World
say,
Turn
"Hey,
is just a
man,
beautiful venue
it gets
here
better."
in Los Angeles. To all of you online on Twitch, thanks for joining us. To those co-streaming partners, hey as well, I'm talking to you, Dropped Frames, great to have you here. And of course, to all the wonderful sponsors that help make the PC Gaming Show come back again.
okay. The quality on the stream is really good, so if it was worse than everyone else's, I'd be a little concerned.
Now, I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
Hey, Sean. I'm going to be up here in the balcony with a bunch of creative new
That's a
PC
good
games
accent.
coming your way. From Warfare's latest update to some offbeat indie gems.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have
Thank you, Solera Luminisa. I agree with you. It's I get game show vibes from this guy, but I also lovely shit. The color scheme. I love the color scheme.
I want someone to tackle him for no reason.
Absolutely massive construction.
He has that face that just says, "It would be hilarious if this guy just got randomly tackled."
World exclusive.
See, I feel like a word exclusive at PC gaming isn't quite as exciting as it would be at Sony or Nintendo. Coffee stain. That's thingy. That was cool. Go Simulator.
Oh, I know what this game is. It's one of, it was like, actually no, I don't know what this game is.
Is this No Man's Sky?
Not every game's No Man's Sky, everybody, although this looks an awful lot like No Man's Sky.
No, there's interesting, there's charm in the animations. No Man's
There's
Sky
actual
doesn't
stuff
have
going
that.
on here, which means it can't be No Man's Sky. You can build chainsaws.
I know what this game is. Okay, so like there's this, it looks like they made a sequel to this other indie game. I don't know what it was called, but it's basically about optimizing this factory thing. And it looks like they put it in a 3D setting, and you have to actually go out in a 3D setting to get materials in order to build your production line.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I really,
Like sort of-
I enjoyed it.
It was like Factory Simulator, but sort of 3D.
Yeah.
3D and in space, and Josh is mixing all sorts of crap over there.
I'm sorry, this is really good music. This has got a good beat to it.
And Josh was worried that they might not show any games.
What, the PC gaming show? They'd have to, otherwise it kind of leaks.
Do you remember the first one?
Not the first one, no.
Oh, the first one was just like 4 hours of just hardware stuff.
Hey, some people are interested in that. Not me, but
I wouldn't.
some people.
Satisfactory. Okay, that is a great title.
It's not going to be
Joining
as
me
good
on
as
the
our ship, the
stage
Frightening
to talk
Joker.
about it is the game director at Coffee Stain Studios. It's Oscar Gilsayan.
Did he just say what I
Come here,
thought he said?
Oscar. Welcome to the stage. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Oscar, I just want to begin right away by asking, what is Satisfactory all about?
Satisfactory is essentially about building these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. We'll into that at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple with a few machines, and then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this
Coffee
type of
Stain
game,
did
can you
make
give me an
Goat
example of
Simulator.
what producing a more advanced
you
resource
go.
might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, your wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We want it to feel like the player's the one building the stuff.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
you know, when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings, just structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one, like, you go through the underbrush and in the jungles and whatever.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map
be right
is,
back.
we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And yeah, then you'll know.
Well, great. Oscar, thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is satisfactorygame.com. Now, up in the balcony, Frankie, I understand you have our very first indie
Satisfactory
title.
game.
Here indeed,
Not
Sean,
that
because
good. It's
here's
only
something we love
satisfactory.
about the
No!
It's
Oh
such a
gosh,
program
everyone
created by
and their
small
mother
kids.
is going
NeoCab
to
is
make
an
that
emotional
fun when
survival
reviewing
game
this
set in the
game.
future about
Too
big
easy.
labor,
Too
tech
easy, man.
disruption, and the experience of being a driver for
That's the
hire.
worst
Perhaps the
ever
last of
since
your
Just
life.
Cause.
From the brand new indie studio Chance.
Why
Why?
they're making a
Let's
fourth
take a look
one?
at
Well,
NeoCab.
NeoCab. Ooh.
This feels like an advanced version of that episode app.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube ads. Uber, the video game. Stay human. That's weird.
Okay, that's
Neocab.
Now, our
That's
next
weird.
game, believe it or not, is in the Battle Royale genre. Of course, it's E3 2018. What do you expect? We have several Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today because the Battle Royale
Can't escape
format
it.
is very simple and very flexible. Players play in an ever-shrinking space until there's one last standing. So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up
Your
to
first one?
1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
That's
Wait, your first one? There needs to be multiple you're announcing today?
So the first one is 1,000. Where are we going from there? Second one has 1 billion.
The second one is played by every single citizen of China.
That'd be 2 billion.
Oh, jeez.
Where are we dropping, boys?
Is this Player Unknown's Battleground, but like,
Fractionally different.
you know, with actual good gunplay? Whoa, there's destruction!
Destruction's good. At least for a trailer.
I'm assuming you can break walls and stuff in this game. Oh, it looks like if you grab their gun, it like takes the form of like a skin that you have.
I mean, you're assuming a lot from the trailer.
I mean, I am, but the guns are changing shape and stuff, so I'm assuming that.
okay. This doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look bad. It just looks like what I'd expect it to be.
I've never played any of these battle royale arenas.
There's a lot of
Depending on
downtime.
how much they're charging for this, I might be, I might be considering this one over.
Well, I doubt it's
Player
out,
Unknown's.
but it might be early access.
Wow, this gunplay looks fit. Oh, you weren't even aiming. Come on, dude.
Yeah, that look. It doesn't. There's no crosshair. It's like, am I aiming at that person? Who knows? Did they die? I guess so.
From what I've seen, it looks pretty okay. I'm honestly just want Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, but with gunplay that doesn't suck.
Is the CEO of Automaton Games. It's James Thompson.
You know, with that gritty, realistic first-person style.
James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately ask, what about Maverick's Proving Grounds distinguishes itself from other Battle Royale games?
Yeah, well, as you said, it's a very popular formula, and you know that last man standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself. But Mavericks is really about depth. You know, we've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited to talk about our 5-man squad mode being 1,000 players.
Josh,
but
that
really
face you're making.
It's about depth as well. It's about the fact that
I love it.
environment is even a bigger step. The simulation.
Yeah, that's what a lot
those
of people
elements
tell
are
me.
combining together.
Yeah, I want to.
It looks like you're posing for Playboy.
1,000 players aspect. How does
That's
that
not really a
really
face,
shift
it's just
the
like a,
dynamic
you know,
from the
pose.
say 100 that we're typically used to?
Like
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that together, what you actually have is a landscape that means you're making decisions off a lot more information.
Yeah, I mean, because you hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a
How
lot
long
more
is this conference?
information in the environment for players?
I
to
assume an
process?
hour.
So take a concrete
I'm not saying
example,
it's
right?
been going on
let's
for a
say
while,
players
but
walking through
we'll
the
just have
map,
to
they'll
check.
be leaving footprints,
13
anticipating
minutes.
foliage, like
Oh,
grass
okay.
bending.
Either
know.
an hour or an hour and a
Siege-style
half.
gameplay in
I'd be
houses,
very
that's like
surprised
a
if
lot
it
of
was two.
construction systems.
Well, I'm just thinking how much time I've got
Together
after
making
this
Yeah,
for
much more of a
Sony.
dynamic
It's like a
environment.
recent history of who could.
And
have.
I don't think it's
You know,
going to
I
bleed
wanna
into
ask about
six.
what
No,
more is
but in
store
terms of
for
how
Maverick.
much time I have at the
Understand
end of
that
it
this is
to
a lot more
like
play
get
with
food and stuff.
before
might
Sony.
expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay.
Might be 2
You enter
hours.
the game through the
can
capital,
make
which
that
is our
work.
sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the
Nintendo
MMORPG
Switch
side of
conference
things.
at
It's really-
5 p.m.
it's a full
UK
world
time. That's
from
so
that.
kind.
So it's
Thank
got
you,
persistent
Nintendo.
game type
Yeah,
side.
too bad I'm not
But
going to
really
be
it's
able
about
to
bringing this all
stream it.
together.
Too bad I'm not going to be there for it.
Now, where can people go to find out
Yeah,
more?
so I mean, we
Well,
might have to
just
tell
launched our
people
site
like
right now,
during the
so if
Sony
you're
conference
signing
that
up for the
this
closed
is,
beta,
yeah, that we
you can
won't
do
be
that now
doing
at
Nintendo.
mavericks.gg/closed-beta.
As sad as that might
And,
be.
actually,
Well,
this
that
week,
well,
we've
yeah,
got special in-game
Ink
content
and
we have only
you
100,000
will might
slots
be
for the
here
first
for
group
it. It's
signing up,
just
so
Right on.
that will give you
Oh,
some
I
It's the
mean,
stream-
I would
streaming
like to,
bit.
but I
People
would
on
have
the
to take the
stream,
whole day
so
off of work, and
we can
I
do that
mean,
if you're interested in.
I don't want to miss Rent.
Alex will be there. British might also be there.
Our very next game.
If one of
helps
them
showcase
can
the
stream to your
extraordinary power
thing,
of
then yeah.
modders. Frank, tell us about it.
Exactly. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
World exclusive.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten. Searching for a way out.
I like the opera orchestra thing because it reminds me of
the
opera.
opera orchestra.
It's a sin. Everyone.
You mean the choirs?
I tried to set things right, but whatever I did,
Yeah, the choirs. Oh,
it took me right
Whatever.
back to the beginning.
I like it.
I'm being pedantic.
Up to
You can't make me not like things, all right? I get it.
I'm not
You
saying you
hate-
can't like things. I'm just making sure you use the proper word.
I get
Help
it.
them out if they
I
win that
understand
trust.
that in Britain you
Bend
hate
the rules
everything that
as
isn't
far
the
as you
Queen.
can. Figure
No, we
out
just hate
who's
bad language,
responsible for
bad
this.
grammar.
And maybe you can do what I never could.
Oh, my grammar. You spelled the word color
Save these
wrong.
people. Save yourself.
I'm randomly removing you. I can't help it.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
This is a nice aesthetic, though.
Forgotten City.
Coming up on the PC
This is a
gaming
mod.
show. What's next for Killing Floor 2?
Cool.
And an unannounced game from Tripwire Interactive. And now your
What's
host,
Tripwire?
Sean Plott.
I've heard the name before.
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
Long ago,
We're throwing the word
singularity
origins around
formed
randomly, aren't
and
we?
its creators uplifted into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system, before vanishing altogether. This is why we are here. Welcome to Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space agency tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here resides the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by a strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the Tyrone. This
Oh, God.
had evidently
That's a
received
terrifying thing.
traces of your radio broadcasts
That's straight up Monsters, Inc.
I mean, it looks a little quirky.
I can get it behind quirky.
I'm getting a Spore vibe.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Got that angle. That angle reminded me a lot of Spore.
I never played Spore, although I really wanted to. I remember
Spore
that
was
people would make like
Spore was
magic
kind of
cheese.
interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weekend waster game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just play it for like one weekend and then never touch it again.
Pretty much. Which is interesting because it was really heavily hyped to shit. Or to poop.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the director of production at Stardock, Patrick Shaw. Thanks for joining me on stage.
Yeah, that'd be an
Patrick.
interesting
Yeah,
countdown.
thanks for
Top
having
10
me here.
games that
So
never
now
lived
just
up to the
tell us
hype.
Straight up, what is Star Control
Many.
all about?
So Star Control is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens,
I
hundreds
would
of
honestly
different
put
stars,
Halo 3 on
thousands
the
of
list,
different
even
new
though it
planets,
was a
and you can
good
land on
game.
each and every one of them.
The amount of
And then you
hype it
drive
had
around the
behind
planets, you
it.
can jump
I
over
think like
canyons,
top 10
blast
or top
critters,
5
and then you
overhyped
can
games
venture
would
out
be
into the
good.
solar system and
Just
do
because like
ship
games
combat
that just
with
got a
hostile
little out of
Number
hand.
one, Five Man
Part of this
Skies.
game, with it being open
Man
world, how do you
Skies.
make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really
Okay,
excited
so
about
here's
the story
something funny that I
compared
need to
Star
show you,
Control.
tell you.
It's funny, it's creative.
Right in
We
the
also have some
little
dark,
plaza
sinister side to
outside
it.
for food,
However, what we're
we've
very
got
proud and very
a
excited about is we have
Freddy's
an infinite
restaurant,
universe
and
that
we
is
also got a
fully
Five
supported in the
Guys.
entire universe at all
Oh.
times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon
Five
in
Guys at
the
Freddy's.
universe, the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing their own thing, exploring and
I can
interacting
get
with each
alongside
other.
that.
So it's not just like at a planet, there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right, exactly. So this infinite universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure, to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does the modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
What did you think of making Firefly Season 2?
What is this modding you
That's
speak
a lot
of?
of pressure, Patrick.
Well,
you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So
Aren't you glad I dragged you here?
Combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing.
Dragged being the
we should make this
operative word.
a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you
I just
create
want
your
you
own
guys to know
ships,
I am going to
build them out of different
screech
pieces
once
and
they
parts, you
put
attach
ArenaNet up
weapons
there.
and defenses, and then you go online to
As long
play
as you keep it
local
something less than
multiplayer, 2
obnoxious,
people
I'm
on the same
okay.
machine,
I
or
might end
online,
up
ranked
muting
online.
the microphone for the stream,
Where
but you
can
guys
people
will have to
go
deal with it.
pick up Star Control Origins?
We can
Well,
carry
right
the
now,
weight.
Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely. Guys, definitely be sure to head over to Star.
Look at that giant stack of cue cards that this guy has.
And one more thing.
Definitely a game show
we're
host.
happy to
Like the
announce
amount
on
of stuff he's
PC
got there.
Gamer
It's all the
Show
questions.
that, Star
Question
Control
up,
Origins
question
is
one.
launching on September 20th, 2000.
September 20th.
Look for it on September 20th.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to be too busy hyping over Fallout 76.
Now,
I
our
was thinking
next
November.
game was PC Gamers'
Oh no, I'm thinking of Red Dead
favorite game
Redemption. That's
from
a
E3
weird
last
way
year.
of doing it.
It is
No, it's in
Hunt
November.
Showdown from Crytek.
Is it?
Yeah,
Let's
November
take a look
14th.
at what's coming
Dang.
for Hunt
Oh, maybe it
Showdown
was.
just
Same day as my
after
birthday.
E3.
Oh, there you go. You'll be okay in September.
All right, Crytek. This should be interesting.
Oh, is this? Yeah. This game is in early access right now, I think. This game is really pretty cool.
Really pretty cool.
What's this?
Okay, so it's like a zombie. Okay, so there's like a bunch of zombies on the map, and there's also a bunch of players on the map, and the players are trying to kill each other while also not getting murderlated by the zombies. There's like special infected. They're like kind of hard to kill. It's a very slow-paced game.
Slow-paced battle royale.
It's kind of like a battle royale, but like
So it's PvP with also an element of PvE in there.
Yeah, it's more of a PvP less than a battle royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be into that sort of game.
I mean, it's something like that's up my alley, but I'm
Well, yeah,
more of a
you
Dead
like
by
that.
Daylight fan.
You like that one game. What's it?
Dead by Daylight?
Is not about
Yeah.
to go out of fashion anytime
Dead by
soon.
Daylight's so
Guy,
much
now,
fun.
Hellfire.
Yeah,
in
that
fact,
is
sorry,
a game that is
Archangel
totally up
was
your
originally
alley,
a
but
single-player
not mine.
narrative game, but
I just don't
Hellfire
want
is
to
new
spend 30
addition,
bucks on it.
changes
It
the
doesn't
stuff they
really look like it has enough
players
to
really
keep me
love
there,
the
and it's I
single
already have
player
Dead by
narrative,
Daylight filling that
but they all
niche for
kept
me, you
telling
know.
us the same thing. They
It's
said,
to keep
we really want it
keep you going.
multiplayer and we want it off rails. And we kind of thought that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can tower over others. It's just something special that I think you can try right now.
Is this coming out of early access? So you just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's coming out in July 17th. But you could try it right now if you want in early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy. But as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
There's a lot of games on display that have got like really good environments or really interesting aesthetics. I guess it's kind of part of the show, really.
Who do you think lost E3?
At the moment,
Yeah.
I'd probably still go with EA.
Yeah.
Because Squeenix was short. Squeenix was short, but it wasn't terrible. It was lackluster.
It was short, painless, and out of the way.
Yeah, it was like it vanished like a fart in the
Our next title is
wind.
one I've been looking forward to for quite some time.
Like it.
It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful-looking Lovecraftian mystery. It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares, Sergey
that's a good name.
Oganessian. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed that
to the stage.
pronunciation.
I love that you lie to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open
The Battle
world
Royale and
investigation
space game is the
inspired by
current
Lovecraft.
trend.
And we believe
Yeah.
that these three elements already make the game.
Have we had one which combines both?
When I say that
Or are we
you
just doing
can
one
be
at a time
a
at the moment?
detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery.
Battle Royale
and, you
in
know, cast of fear.
space.
Like, I really mean it.
Last
because
year it was
investigations are really
pirates.
at the core of
Yeah,
the Sinking
I mean this
City.
year it's
Yeah,
kind of
look,
pirates
there's
because
a lot
one of
of
them was left
games
over from
in
last
the
year.
open world genre focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we are not going to offer
No
any
hand-holding.
for the player. We will not give you any clear
words I
objectives
wanna
in the
hear.
diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information,
Okay.
you know, hints.
Usually
evidence,
mystery
like
games
clues,
aren't
crime scenes
really
to
that
examine,
great,
people to
but-
talk to, suspects to question.
I mean, it
We will
depends how you
ask
do
in
'em.
return to use
Horror
your wits
mysteries
and
are
your
very
intuition
interesting.
to, you know,
Or
experiment with
RuneScape
your findings,
games.
you know, maybe like find a way how to progress. And what you should also know is that finding these clues will not only help you understand what's going on.
This is already
and, you
tickling
know,
my fancy.
get a better understanding of the world and its people, but
Tickling
it
my
will also help you
fancy.
maybe change
My
the course
pickle
of your
has been thoroughly tickled.
You know, you mentioned the world
Consider
itself.
my
I mean,
fancy
the
tickled.
footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely
pickle
beautiful.
has been
Talk to me about
tickled.
the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game
Oh,
takes place in the
dude,
fictional
I
city
like
of Oakmont in the state of
investigation and
Massachusetts.
stuff.
You know, the city which is flooded.
I like
There's a terrible
investigation
disaster
stuff.
going on,
Sorry, they
which
don't
has
do
claimed
it enough in
thousands of
games.
lives.
That's why I like
And
Telltale, because
also,
like you can like
it seems like it
investigate
awakens
things. I like
frightening
doing that.
monsters which now roam the
Yeah,
streets.
it's
I
underrated.
would like
You know,
Danganronpa
people
more, but
that
like
live in
you
the
know,
city,
with
they're very
Danganronpa,
different,
it's
like different social classes.
like you have to find everything,
gangs,
or you can't
cultists,
continue.
poor people, rich people, but they are all united by
Need to get into
fear.
that.
You know, they're all
Someone
afraid,
bought me all the
maybe
games
except for the cultists,
once
of
upon a
course.
time.
They're all afraid that, you know, for their lives because of the flood, because of the monsters. And you know, we actually want to understand what's going on. We want to understand what lies behind this ostensibly supernatural flood. And
Oh
what's
God,
even
she's
funnier,
terrifying.
while everybody's afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the
like
sanity
Amnesia.
mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic
Eternal
which
Darkness.
directly
Eternal
impacts
Darkness, yeah.
gameplay. You know, when I hear
Which I'm
something
very
about
glad to
stress,
see back in
when
any
he sees,
game
like,
because
something
you know it was
supernatural,
beautiful.
something disturbing, or even when he's making choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making, you know, he will begin to lose his sanity. He will start to have hallucinations. He will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for the sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Oh, the sweet monsters. Because that's totally what people say.
Monsters that we're going to get to see in the game.
Sweet
we have
monsters.
different kinds of monsters. We
Yo,
have
man,
different
this
kinds of
game got some
archetypes, you know, with different
sweet
abilities.
monsters.
And, you know, we actually give you
Sweet
tools. The game is not
AF.
about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, like, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like.
You know, as much as I like to poke fun at this guy, he's actually a decent
So if you're
host.
hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
I mean, he's
Oh,
a
no.
little.
Oh,
He's
the
better
world's
than
very
the
small.
EA
Regularly.
hosts.
That's
That
not
weren't
very
indie
difficult.
darlings.
YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited personally to see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage, Sergey. The Sinking City. Now, our next game is a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well, we all know the PC is home to some of the most devoted communities in gaming, and one
Warframe's
of the
pretty
best, undoubtedly,
I've touched that
was
game in ever.
Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open-world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next epic cinematic quest is called The Sacrifice. And we've got the
Alright, let's see what's
trailer
going on.
for you.
Do you play Warframe?
Nope.
Heard great things.
It's really fun, but I always suggest people just put $20 into the game when they buy it.
What is Warframe?
It's a free-to-play PC game. It's really fun and it's really worth the money. It's just like Warframe is also one of those games where it's like, oh, you need to work really hard to unlock and build all the things. And honestly, it's better just to buy a class that you're going to want to play, as opposed to being limited to just the 3 that they give you. They're all good and they're all like they all play, you know, like good. They're all fun. It's just, you know, you always have that thing in the back of your mind where it's like, I know I could be having more fun if I was doing
this. Bit of a plot
this.
twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up.
If I was spending money.
But what I can say is that
all I need to say is space cyborg
wait
ninjas.
For Umbra, the 3-year wait for Umbra Warframe is finally over.
I didn't like
The
space.
creepy guy at the end of the trailer.
I normally don't, but I really do like ninjas.
And again, not going to spoil a lot.
Also, you're usually not in
I can
space.
say
You're usually
that it's
like
coming
on
this week
planets.
on PC.
And you guys are actually currently
So your
waiting-
kind of horror game would
well,
be
the
like
update you're
horror with
working
ninjas.
towards Tenacon right now.
Yes.
Yes, so it's gonna
Like
be
I like Dead
another
Space because
big
it doesn't
year for
focus
us,
on
and I'm
like
really
you
excited
know
for it.
like
Well, let's take a
flying
look
through
at
space and
last
exploring.
year's
It's more about being
Tenacon is
stranded
all
on a ship.
Yeah, Dead Space 1,
What
best
do you
one.
think the mega reveal
Yeah.
at 10 Live
Yeah,
is going to be?
easily.
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing?
Dead
that may
Space
be
3
going
is
on or
actually
whatever?
pretty okay if you play it on the hardest setting.
Yeah. It's very, it feels very casual.
Yeah, the thing is like, I played it with my older brother, and we weren't scared of anything in it, but we honestly had a lot of fun because of the bonding.
But this one's free.
Yeah, I guess it's good if you play it co-op. It's like Resident Evil 5 and I think 6, where you know it's a good co-op game.
It was a good bonding experience. We had fun.
I played it alone, and the Twitcher zombies. Those are the only ones that got me. The Twitcher necromorphs.
Yeah.
Tenacon
That's
is
like
really special.
my older
for
brother.
everyone that
He
works on the streams. The developers
did
pour
like
their heart and soul into what they do for Tenacon,
all of these.
And I know for me, it was literally like the best day of my
flamethrower,
time.
like
I know Rebecca,
a lot
our
of
director, was watching.
high
But last year when we did
rate
the
of
Plains
fire
Eidolon
weapons, and I was always the more of the
expansion
one-shot, one-kill
deal,
kind of person.
Reb and I
same
were
here.
actually doing that as a live demonstration
That's
in
the one
front of
shot, one kill.
everyone.
By the
and we
way,
had practiced it
Josh,
for
we
months,
go to
and
BronyCon.
it
You
went
need to
as
bring like
flawlessly as we
whatever
could
you
have ever
play
hoped for.
Gauntlet Dark
And we
Legacy
actually,
on,
like,
and we
as
need to
people
play
were
through some
cheering,
levels.
it's pitch black on stage. Everyone would look at each other.
I love Gauntlet
Both
Dark
of us
Legacy.
started
I still have my
crying because we
original
didn't crash the
Xbox that can play it.
So if you
And I spent $80
if you
getting
watched
a
it
fresh
live this
copy
year, if you're there,
2 years ago.
You can definitely probably count on some tears and some emotions because it's a really big day for us.
I saw it was your,
bring tissues,
you know,
Bring
on
tissues
that
for
list.
yourself, for me, for everyone involved because
Won't
there will be some
spoil,
tears.
but
If
it's on
you
there.
can't get to Tenacon because unfortunately
Yeah,
it is
everyone
sold out, how can
knows.
you watch it online?
I
So,
don't.
On twitch.tv/Warframe.
Well, you need to watch more of my videos
and,
then.
PC Gamer
Yeah.
also
Well,
posts
maybe
as well
I
on their
do.
Facebook and Twitter.
I should
And you
just
get free
stop
stuff on
editing
Twitch.
them.
You do. So if you want to
and
link
watch
your
them.
Warframe account to your
You should
Twitter,
stop,
and all you have to
stop
do is
editing them,
watch
stop
Yeah.
watching them.
You don't edit the video, you edit the audio. That's very, very different.
That's easy.
I did,
Sean, it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie. And
You did the
thank you,
Bioshock segment
Warframe.
of the last
The
countdown.
next name is one I grew up with, Sega.
Audio
They've
editing
become a
is
prolific
I had that
publisher
song
of Japanese
created for you
games
too,
known
which I'm
for their fully
pretty happy
featured
with.
ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left. Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year.
Somebody said
They're bringing
Let's take a
Shenmue to
look
the
at what
console,
Sega's got in
guys.
store.
We can finally get Doolin.
Valkyria Chronicles, Bayonetta, Vanquish.
Love Vanquish.
Vanquish used to be one of those love it or hate it games.
Well, I don't know how you can hate it. It's just so ridiculous and so, you know, it's very, very, very platinum.
Tell that to Jim Sterling.
Yeah, but Jim Sterling hates a lot of things.
Jim Sterling, I like him. I like his opinions, but I also think he can have a few wrong ones on occasion, just like all of us.
Yeah, we all have our wrong opinions.
For example.
Oh god, don't even start.
I sometimes rub my thigh inappropriately.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
At funerals.
Yeah, definitely not at a funeral. I feel like you might get kicked out.
What?
Yeah, don't even go any further with that, because, you know, Josh is too wholesome.
Actually, I do have a funny story for after the stream. It's not like bad or anything.
Not about pleasuring yourself at funerals.
No, it has nothing to do with that. You're the one who brought it there.
No, you were heavily implying it. I just you know, connected the dots.
Has to do with my little brother and why I laughed
Oh
at a funeral.
no! Please stop talking.
There's a lot of Yakuza in this trailer.
Both of y'all are infidels. Surrounded by
I'm just a
infidels.
passenger. I'm just documenting this.
If I keep going, I might get banned from the Christian Minecraft server.
What can I play my Minecraft now?
Yeah, but yeah, it's Kid Icarus Uprising is in my top 10 favorite games of all time, but
for pre-order right
Jim
now.
Sterling didn't like it.
On Steam in
and I'm sad.
I
I know, but I'm sad because I like Jim Sterling because we both love Dynasty Warriors.
PC gaming show.
I like Dynasty Warriors, but I was more of a Samurai
Coming up
Warriors
on the
guy back in
PC
the day.
Gaming Show, a new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Wait, did he just say
And
Chong
I'm
Plot?
back. Our next guest is a regular here at the PC Gaming Show, having attended all 4 years. Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while. And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
That's where I know Tripwire from.
Got a lot of fans in
I'm
the
not a big fan of
audience.
Killing
Listen
Floor,
to that
believe it or not.
applause. They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and
I like
Killing
Left 4
Floor
Dead
2
more
is.
because like I can press that idle button and then like you know I can answer
we got 4 major
messages
updates
on
that are
Skype
coming
and
out
stuff.
this year. The
While
first
also
one we
not
dropped
letting
in
down my
March, and
entire
we're getting
team
ready
for
to drop
tabbing
the
out.
next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're adding. It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill.
Whenever
Let's
I play
take a
Killing
look
Floor
at
2,
the
I play
trailer
as the
for
Berserker.
Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
I like beating things to death with a shovel.
That says a lot, really.
I bet Josh will play as a firebug.
Firebug.
I'm just remembering, like, I just remember all like these really bad moments from Days of E3 past. Like, remember that one Square Enix conference where they just replayed every other trailer that we've seen, and then just being talked for.
What do you mean today?
No, okay, today wasn't every.
I mean, it was mostly.
I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, poor me. My mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors. Careful, lads. They're tough. Even removing the head won't put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers.
4 barrels are better than 2. Would you agree with this?
And the M99 Sniper
Depends what it is.
Rifle.
I don't know. 4 barrels just seems a little.
Mrs. Foster
Overkill?
negotiated her way on board and is set on giving
Not really overkill. It's just like. Well, sort of. It's like you don't need a second barrel. You don't need 2 more extra barrels.
Joke for you.
You're
I
thinking way
says
too
my
much
eyes
on
are
this.
okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Hi,
Thanks,
Mr.
Sean.
Gibson.
Pleasure to be here. Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And because of our experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow and succeed even more on Steam.
That game just like
also
randomly
bring the
had a
franchise
course
beyond
that
Steam.
was Rainbow Road.
Now, I know today you have a world-exclusive new game, hasn't been announced
We
yet.
do. Nobody knows.
Before we roll the trailer, I was wondering if you could give me a little bit of a tease.
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're led by Alex Quick.
Oh, yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other. Very, very
love
successful.
Depth.
But now it's come
That
full
is a
circle.
really
We're
stupid
working
fun
with Alex
game.
again, and we're going to
Divers
bring
versus
his all-new
sharks.
game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World-exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are wide.
Gators.
A place filled with southern charm, where the water is as warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails. Kick back and relax. Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
What the heck?
Get the demon sharks!
Sharknado!
Did we just say that at the same time?
I'm disappointed in both of you at the same time.
Go to maneatergame.com now to book your vacation. Operators are standing by.
So hey, John, so you get to play as the shark.
You are the shark. This is an open world action RPG where you play as a shark.
A shark
Or as we like to
PG?
call it, a
Oh,
shark
no.
PG.
Oh!
Okay,
I made a joke
So
first!
do you like upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You heard it
There
here,
is a
guys.
shark
I
skill
There's
tree.
a shark skill tree.
Really?
Oh no.
There is a full single player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water.
I think I won this game.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly. Now, where can people go to get more information about it?
They can go to maneatergame.com.
All right. I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again,
pleasure.
all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely be sure to check it out. Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frankie.
Cheers, Sean. Man,
Whoa!
it's there, and I can't believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity.
What was it?
Indies are at the heart of PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one of them, Behave Yourselves audience, today. So let's take a look.
I think you're ahead of me.
They're releasing 3 games today, I guess.
Game curation? They still do that?
I mean, ever since we lost TB, I don't think anyone is caring. Man, that man was a legend.
What is this?
Looks like it's some sort of indie startup.
Liking the art style.
Bravery Network Online. Yeah, I got a real like Scott Pilgrim vibe from that.
I remember that game.
Oh, looks like Unturned.
Oh no,
Is it-
Farmville.
I was hoping it was Goose Game.
What?
Remember the Goose Game? Oh.
Oh, is this gonna be another one of those?
It's Westworld. Okay.
It's raining.
Installing turnip.
Is that gonna be another one of those games where you just you're supposed to react to it?
Maybe. I mean, it has something to do with turnips.
Yay, turnips.
And they lost my interest.
I don't know. This seems interesting.
This is kind of cool.
I've kind of lost my taste for the ultra
8-bit.
low pixel.
Don't even like the particle effects in 8-bit
This
style?
looks like I should go buy Enter the Gungeon before I play this.
I mean, they're very different games.
It looks. I mean,
Enter the Gungeon is nothing like this. I'm gonna pull that out for a start.
Yeah, but I mean, the gunplay felt.
Enter the Gungeon is top down. This is side scroll.
Oh, well.
That's cool.
Would a more apt comparison be? Oh, what was that game called?
All
Throw
these
some names at me.
games look like must-plays. And Overwhelmed, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now with a special launch discount. So make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelmed a try. Right. Next up, it's time for us all to take a
It's made by
holiday, and where
Chucklefish, but it's
better
not
than a virtual resort with
Starbound.
some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year
The
are
one that they
friends
made
of the
before
show
that.
Frontier Developments with a unique take on the park management genre. I am, of course, talking about Jurassic World Evolution. The long-awaited game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap. What could possibly go wrong?
Actually, I kind of want
At
that.
least
That
the
sounds
Goldblum.
amazing. Zoo Tycoon with Jurassic Park.
It doesn't really end well.
Unleash the gold bloom.
It doesn't go well for the park in any of those films. So I'm not sure what the. You make a park.
They were in control.
Just dies.
And
Everything gets
control-
out.
Well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it.
But you could get Golden to
Never
say
really
anything and
possessed
it would sound interesting.
Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win. I know, however, what I would predict.
The goat!
No. Please tell me that's how you feed them.
I am so excited for that game. Our next title is from Insomniac.
Okay,
They've been making
you have my
amazing
attention.
games for years, and they're going to try to take
Very
their
good team to get.
expertise and answer the question: how do you make an open
Stormland
world game
VR.
in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game.
Open world in VR sounds like death. Do you remember?
Okay.
Wow, Anthem looks good.
Okay.
Oh, it's Insomniac. Give me 1 second here. I'm having a minor glitch.
All right. It's Bastion.
Where's the bird? Hasn't got the bird.
All right, so you scavenge new parts for yourself. Okay. Okay, I am
Down for this.
Oh, jeez, I am behind you. I'm gonna just quickly reload it so that way I can be like right up on base with you.
okay.
And here we are.
Wait a second. Is this multiplayer or no?
It looks multiplayer. Oh, it's a VR.
Yeah, that's what they said.
VR multiplayer sounds cool, but weird.
I just really don't want to spend another $400 on a VR system.
Well, you don't buy it just for this, you buy it for everything else, but they need more games, is the point.
Yeah.
You need like
Joining
one
me
game
to
where it's
talk
like, oh,
about
I'll give VR for
Stormland is
that.
the Chief
And I'm
Creative
not sure that's
Officer
it.
at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern.
Alright.
It's like if you wanted to get a PlayStation VR, you're like, oh, which game? Probably Resident Evil 7. It's maybe a good game to get it for, but
Yeah.
You've got to buy it with that in mind rather than
Well,
just
in
buying it
Stormland,
because you
play
can.
as an android gardener.
I can't.
And,
This is a
an
problem.
entity called the Tempest uproots your habitat and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with a set of android movement abilities that are designed to give you complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating.
Yeah.
And you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title?
There are a series of things that we're doing with Stormland that we could only do in VR. It's about the expressiveness of having
Risk of
trackpad
Rain.
hands,
That's the game I was
how
thinking
we use
about.
that for combat, how we use it for movement.
Well, as a
even things
comparison
like
to the other game.
scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm, and then suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself, or all kinds of different cool android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging. And you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech.
Yeah, I am very interested because I think I might be getting an Oculus very soon.
Well, you can stay tuned.
So I'm very interested in this.
The Facebook and Twitter with at
I got one
Stormland
recently,
VR,
actually.
or you can
Haven't
check us
used it
out
yet.
at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, oculus.com/Stormland for more information. Frankie's up in the balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, Sean, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacré Roddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
Don't use Britishisms in LA. No one will understand what you're talking about. Oh, it's an art style like that.
I smell popcorn.
You're preparing popcorn for PC gaming and all like Sony.
This poor old man.
Nightcall.
Alright.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look at Sable.
It's worth tuning into PC gaming just for the funky art styles.
This is a very interesting art style. I have never. Whoa! I have never seen this before.
This is trippy, dude.
I don't think what it reminds me of.
It looks like FLCL almost.
It kind of looks like.
Really?
It kind of looks like 3D animation before they put any color in.
It's kind of like Fooly Cooly crossed with death metal. If you've seen that.
Kind of makes everything look muted, but that might be the point.
Yeah. Thank you, World Police in the comments. It's like Fooly Cooly mixed with death metal mixed with Journey.
Journey. Or Journey on the pile just in case.
Sable.
Sable.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg and Greg Kithriotis. I want to immediately ask, what kind of game is Sable? What can we expect?
Sable is an open-world desert exploration game. It's not a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration. You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world.
The Journey comparisons are on point.
Monumental architecture, fallen
isolation,
spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hoverbike. learning about
the run cycles are
of this.
not something to be proud of.
And I talked about it before. I think this art style
they're
is
a bit
amazing.
choppy.
Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli. So we really want to feel our players to feel the same sense of wonder that you get from watching one of their films. And so from the very beginning, we knew that we really needed to nail the visual style. And so we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system. And we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah. And I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
The T-shirt. Yes, of course.
Yeah, right. So she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have her on board.
It all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
Star Citizen?
Oh wait, they got Star Citizen? People still care about that? Thought it's supposed to come out in 2014.
This is not my kitty. This is Aramau's kitty. This is Weasley.
Weasley.
Yeah, he was a rescue. And spoiler alert, he actually likes me more than he likes her.
Whoops.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who likes who more than who?
This Aramau's cat likes me more than he likes her.
Aw, darn.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, all new gameplay footage of Just
Ooh,
Cause
gameplay of Just
4.
Cause.
A closer look at The Walking Dead, the final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And now your host, Sean Plott.
As we do each year at the PC Gaming Show, in addition to talking about games, we're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware trends. To join me in talking about it is the Senior Brand Manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Sean, really excited to be here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask, what are some of the big trends that consumers can be expecting right now?
Well, right now we're developing some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take the experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display. For instance, it's 4K and 120 hertz refresh.
I'm getting into hardware now.
Users can overclock to 144. But what really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
Yeah, now I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain a little more in detail what that is and what that means?
Well, there's quite a bit that goes into it, but for the purpose of this conversation, the fact that there are 384 individual backlit zones, so the backlighting can be individually controlled, really bright, very dark. It makes a better contrast on screen. Each of them are individually controlled. The brightness of the screen is far above a typical display. Typical, you're looking at 300 to 400 nits. We're looking at 600 with the Predator X27 with a max of 1,000 nits.
And you know, some of the titles that were showcased just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR contribute to that big range we see in gaming?
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2. Again, you won't see them in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you. But, you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of possible budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high-performance esports products or multi-view, surround, multi-display products. But we also go really crazy sometimes. We decide, we put our engineers to the test. What can you do if you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and two graphics cards. Science, materials. We did a really good thing. But you know what? To be serious,
science, man.
We actually have to ship this.
I like that's
case
just the instant answer to that question.
Well, it's also the instant question, like, how do you do a curved laptop screen? You kind of don't.
Every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this.
You can. It just you have to kind of create like a little dome.
You know?
Yeah, it's just a bit more awkward to engineer.
Pick one up once they stop being sold out.
So that's the good news is that we're shipping now. Our customers, partners are selling them. The bad news is a few have already sold out of this new Predator X27 monitor. I believe Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric.
I have no desire.
Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very next title.
The PC has always been the platform for crazy ideas. In
Yeah,
our
tell
next
that to
game, Genesis
Nintendo.
Alpha 1, you build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy and
Splice
them with
them.
members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office.
You didn't
Let's
say
take a
right. You
look.
got to say splices.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms. Feel free to experiment
There's like interesting new life forms.
and alien abilities to
Oh, that's
maximize
interesting.
crew efficiency. Ready your weapons.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you didn't catch the pre-show quiz, you might be wondering who my buddy is. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Webster from Drake's Cakes, one of the PC gaming show's sponsors this year. And he's got a cool competition for you, the Drake's Cakes PAX giveaway. Oh yes, PAX is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits, and tournaments. It's like a 4-day LAN party, festival, workshop, and concert rolled into one. The very lucky winner will enjoy a trip to PAX West, including 2 tickets and a free trip to Seattle. So if that's you, hit me up on those dates, because I am free. Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of you indeed. And by entering, guys, you will get a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget you can meet Webster in person at the E3 Concourse Walkway, where he'll be giving away Drake's swag and tasty treats all week. So if you see him, give him a fist bump on my behalf. I'll take one now. Thank you very much, Webster. So if you have ever dreamt of spending a weekend knee-deep in one of Earth's best gaming festivals, visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit peckish. How about we look at a trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet?
That segue, though.
It's trying to fit hard. I can get behind that, I think.
I'm already on Drake's Cakes /PC Gamer. Other way around, I mean.
That's my homepage.
That's my homepage.
Yeah, I never got into Don't Starve.
The only reason why I play Don't Starve is so I can play as Nanachi in a video game. From made into this. I like the animation.
Oh, it's a beautifully arty game.
I mean, I like the animation in that trailer.
Next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do.
I'm glad they updated the engine, because I'm not sure about the engine in the last game.
Powering Just Cause 4.
Had too many glitches.
It's powering Just Cause.
Unparalleled draw distance.
I like I can tell exactly how far ahead Josh is. That was like a second.
Interactive weather system. I still want to watch this trailer because it's fun. Physics-based aerodynamics models.
About a second ahead, I love it.
Increased fidelity of destruction. Yeah, you don't get tornadoes in Britain, do you?
No.
What natural disasters do you guys get?
What, in the UK?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Joining me to talk about
not really anything.
Roving gangs of evil dogs.
Excuse me, Francesco Antolini.
Yeah, that's been over-exaggerated. I think that's not really a thing.
And Crumpet.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Bandits.
So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's so
Creepy, you're trying way too hard to be racist right now.
This means
and T fondlers.
It's not just like a background
T
piece. It's
fondlers.
actually
Please stop. Stop, please.
Hey, Americans do that by just making tea wrong. You know, that's the worst thing you can do.
Trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available.
We drink our tea cold.
About those.
We drink our tea
One of the
cold.
most important things to us.
Hey, that's not even the
this
problem. You just leave the tea
installment
bag in
is
for
bringing
too
a lot
long.
more variety into the game, and that extends to
That's
a lot
disgusting.
of things, but
It
certain
boils the tea
biomes
bag.
of the
It
game.
tastes horrible.
So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have
I don't
like
drink tea. I drink mine.
You should take the tea bag out. That's like the first rule of making tea.
all of which are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about?
Yeah, but in America, our natural disasters, like,
coming back in Just Cause
if you live in, like, the
Everything you
California
love from
area,
Just
it's
Cause 3 is
earthquakes.
But everything is also
If you live in, like, the southeast area along the coast, it's hurricanes.
Customizable.
If you live in the center of the U.S., it's tornadoes.
New weapon, new enemies, new AI.
I mean, you got a giant continent-sized country. Of course, you got sort of different disparities in weather.
We also in Hawaii we have volcanoes.
Incorporated as well.
Again, it's just
Yeah,
cause.
yeah.
Effects. If there is wind.
Yeah, but the volcanoes are kind of similar in the same way, like Iceland has volcanoes.
Had volcanoes being the operative word.
They can check it out at justcause.com.
Give me some gameplay.
For 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. It starts tomorrow. So June 12th through 14th, you can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the hilarity of Just Cause 4.
Starts tomorrow
Now,
with
our
Nintendo
next
shirt.
title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Oh.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday.
I mean, I don't play The Walking Dead, but I'm.
Therefore,
I-
it goes
I-
without saying
the guys
that
who made
studios
Payday
some
are
of the
making a
most
Walking
talented
Dead?
makers of cooperative shooters, and their next
Confusing.
one is set in a familiar but new apocalyptic
Okay.
Washington, D.C. Here's the first gameplay footage for Overkill's
Overkill's
The
The Walking
and
Dead.
keep your eyes peeled for the release date at the end.
Like Telltale's the Batman. We just put a company in front of it, and there you go. It's our version.
Well, Telltale's Batman was pretty good.
Well, I know. I'm just saying it's like a version of a game under a different company name.
Okay. Yeah.
You have Ubisoft Star Fox.
Ubisoft Star Fox.
Yeah.
We were so many things.
Next, you'll be telling me that they'll give
teachers,
that they'll give Koei the rights to Zelda or something.
When the world ended, all that ended too.
Microsoft.
Oh my gosh,
Zelda.
it's Left 4 Dead 3!
There you go. Now you're paying
Every day we
attention.
fight for more than survival.
Now we've got your attention with promises of Left 4 Dead 3.
Zombies, the genre that will never die.
Ironically. The only undead genre.
Alone, we're weak. But together, we might stand a chance.
Bill's here.
Man, a pipe bomb would be really great there.
The
Wow.
Walking Feds. Taxes.
I
are
forgot.
due.
I forgot this is a Walking Dead game.
Wow, 5 months and we barely saw a lot of
And I
gameplay.
have more
for that.
good news. For fans of The Walking Dead, Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second, completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine herself, Melissa Hutchison.
John.
Thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, I want to ask right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, in terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus on narrative. We've had our roots in the old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative What's new this year, we have traditionally like combat and action. We've done with QTEs like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Of course she is.
And oh yeah, so we also have like the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's like offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts, Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road, she's traveling.
Yeah, I know Inkros would be very interested in this, but I'm not.
Boy,
I am.
Who
I've
is
bought
the
all of
closest
them
thing that she has to
compulsively.
family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are like running out of steam on the road. It's like proving to be untenable. The final season, Clementine discovers a school, a secluded school, where there are no adults, and essentially sees that this might be a place that they could call home.
Yeah, and what are the sort of challenges that she's going to face throughout the season?
Oh, all kinds of challenges, yeah. Like zombie threat all the time. Yeah, of course. And then there's always the external threat, like at some point there's going to be
zombies in The
adults
Walking
coming in
Dead?
representing external threats that she's going to have to deal with.
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have, a voice actress journey along with the character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a
math.
bad idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character. It's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's playing as Lee. It's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and
didn't we already have a Walking Dead where you played as Clementine?
How do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet. I'm super
I kind of want to get a follow-up to the story from New
Of
Frontier.
course, it'll be sad to end her journey, but I
thought
I'm
you
really
already
looking
did
forward.
end her
Obviously,
journey.
I'm surrounded by talent with Telltale Games, and I have no doubt that the writers and the creatives are going to crush it. So
Look, I'm just hoping they
sad
end
but
a New
happy.
Frontier
It's all
storyline,
very
'cause there's
confusing.
such
I'm
a
a very
good
confused
plot
human
there.
right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I would love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. We ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage
I'll consider
today.
pre-ordering
Once
it
again,
closer to the
that's
date.
thewalkingdeadgames.com, or you can find it on Steam as well. And for our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next up, have I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket, or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set in a procedurally generated world where every pixel is physically simulated. Let's take a look.
Oh no, it's another 8-bit pixelated art style game. Oh no, Creepy's not gonna like it.
Oh, this looks cool. This has physics.
My stream's died.
Oh,
we're back.
Like I said, this is different. This is interesting. It has physics. Like, if you're gonna do like that pixel art style thing, you should try doing something new and different, you know? Like, don't just...
You're so cynical about pixel art style.
I am, because I've seen a lot of it.
You sound aged. We all bore this crap again.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital. Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
This is actually pretty exciting. I loved Theme Hospital as a kid.
Great suits. I know, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical
get back to
professionals,
reality.
how does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital?
Watch an ad or two. We'll do that as well.
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
This is the most adorable thing ever.
You said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look at the
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
There's a lot of customization. There's. Is this not working?
This is the best thing.
Carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which, with all these different characters, we had to come up with some really interesting illnesses and cures for them. And
that was a great save on that host part. Great save.
And curing people with different ailments. And as you can see on the screen,
look
at what are you doing to them, man?
It's real. We actually
He's just like, okay.
It's a certain anima, and also you can train.
Have a needle
people,
through your whole person.
You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better. Do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah. You know,
saying everything, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't know if your mic was working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry on.
Yeah. So I mean, no. Tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game? Sort of experience that you'll be playing through, because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff, you're diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money, and then getting off.
I see this malady. Yeah, I see this malady called turtle head. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yes. It's when the head becomes so shrunken it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted.
What have you done to my head?
Mark, how's it get extracted? This is something you've we've all been there. I know. This is one where
violent.
A little bit of suction always helps.
This is some torture chamber.
And that's what it comes.
Hey, you're beautiful.
Now, we had to research how to do that. That's actually a real illness. It is. It's real. England.
Now, I had to ask about something that I think every young man has to deal with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Yeah, well, monobrow is, follically enhanced. Yeah, it's a problem. We've all been there. Yeah, I haven't. No, okay. But it needs to be diagnosed and cured pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester, and you might shed a bit of hair, and in fact, it will actually leave the body, and it needs to be got rid of before the health inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed they're big breeders. The monobrows. They like monobeasts. They like dirty places.
Okay.
Disgusting. So you've got to keep your hospital clean and well maintained.
If you kill 25 in a row, do you get to nuke the hospital?
You'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about
Nuke
sort of
the
how
mono
the game
beast
evolves
homeland.
over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with contagious diseases. And,
you tired?
There's poor regions. There's rich regions.
A little bit. I've only gotten like a total of like 4 hours of sleep today.
Of wonderful.
Damn, son.
Weird effects can happen.
I was up to 4 in the morning. What's your excuse?
Struggle to manage your hospital empire because a volcano went off nearby.
Todd.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it? You've got everything set up.
I was up at 4 in the morning to watch that. What's your excuse?
Well,
I was fantasizing about my Tatsuna.
Oh god, I wouldn't do that.
Well,
He sees everything,
fall,
including
and,
that.
You can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. And we're coming later in the year. We're told to say that. No.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you.
Talk about
Those two guys are cute, you know that? So I hope they go back and they hug each other.
It's very wholesome.
Now, our second battle royale
Oh, here
game
we
of
go.
the afternoon takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
Okay.
Oh, so this was a ripoff of Fortnite. Got it.
Yeah.
Or is it Paladins?
Hey, Paladins wasn't a battle royale. Paladins have teams.
All these friggin'... Yeah.
Play for
Joining me
free
to
on
talk about
Apple
Realm Royale is the
devices
executive
now.
Producer at Hi-Rez Studios, it's Rory Newbrough, aka Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale?
I just want
from
a
other
battle
types
royale
of
game to
battle
come along
royale
called
games
2
in the
weeks,
genre?
and then it's just like the most
So
on the
before you go up
nose
into the air to
rip-off of
determine where
Fortnite.
you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
So the engineer will be more about bunkering down, putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets. And the warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, you know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And, you know, you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream. Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find as you're going about. And you'll use these shards to start crafting legendary gear, very powerful pieces that everyone will want.
Yeah.
Once you start the forge, a smokestack will appear above the forge, and everyone comes over to
It's like
fight.
a mini objective, even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is currently
Boy, this
available
converse
for
is taking
free
a
on
while.
Steam, but I
We're getting
hear
through a lot.
there's some goodies people can check out that are
It is.
free exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we
Jeez,
already
I feel-
have 4 on Steam charts.
I'm
And
just waiting
this
for the
week
thing
at
I came here for to
E3
show up.
Through Mixer, if you stream on
It'll be
Mixer
funny
and
if
you're
it doesn't
playing,
show up.
the streamer that
If
gets
it doesn't
closest
show
to
up,
the
I'm gonna
Crown
be
Royale will
sad, and
enter
I'm gonna
into the
say,
hype
Josh,
zone. And so
you were
everyone will
right.
see you'll be featured on the main page of Mixer.
Josh,
You'll
why
have
were
a
you
chance to
so
win the
right?
jailbird
Why are you
chicken
always
skin, which is our
right?
first piece of cosmetic.
Please
It's
stop
a little
being right,
chicken with like a
Josh.
little jailbird, like
I
prisoner
hate it when
outfit, and
Josh
just
is
box
right.
around. It's hilarious.
I hate it when
Yeah, and
you're
if you
just
don't
so
know the chicken
factually
mechanics, seriously,
correct.
Please look it up right now. Rory, thanks so much for joining me on stage to talk about Realm Royale once
Thanks, sir.
again.
I don't know whether to feel bad at that.
Now, our next game is
Feel
one
bad or
that was shown
feel
at last
flattered?
year's PC Gaming
Maybe a little
Show.
bit of both.
Frankie has some updates of what they've
Feels
done.
flattered, man.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
Well, this is wonderful and wholesome.
This feels like one of those fake games.
it feels like I'm watching a GameStop commercial.
Yes.
We know that gamers like video games. Well, how about this video game?
This feels so fake. Like, it's
Like this can't be real?
Okay, remember those Blur commercials?
Yeah.
Like the weird cart game like rip off that they were trying to stealth diss Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
So in this game, you run awkwardly, and you make things dance at each other.
Yeah,
and
just
you
like
also
in real
farm.
life.
Oh my god.
You're growing pets. It's great.
It wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games.
Dashing
Let's take a
through
look
the
at Anno
strategy.
1880.
Why wasn't this at the Ubisoft conference?
I don't know, they got for a lot on the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah, this was not on the Ubisoft conference.
But it was made by Ubisoft!
I don't know. People keep sending me names for the ship.
You got any good ones?
Like the Raging Inferno.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer,
the Hellhound, the Cerberus.
Bastian Thun.
Which kind of ship is this?
Gentlemen,
Is your pirate ship or
yeah, the pirate ship.
Pirate ship as opposed to a different kind of ship?
Asking, for people who haven't
What do we call it? I honestly, I'm pretty partial to the Frightening Joker.
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only.
The Joker,
real-time strategy game.
Creepy guy.
And it's kind of.
If we have Rabbit in there, we gotta call it the.
Together with economic simulation.
You couldn't afford me.
That's the Screaming Joker.
And at its core, it's a sandbox game. So,
that is indeed a scream.
The fearful plumbing Joker.
To explore.
I do other things as well.
That's.
And build huge cities.
No. We get Rabbit's obsessed with Metal Gear, so.
Yeah.
19th century.
So you remembered.
It's such an interesting, rich era that
I still remember
Daddy
how
Gear, Frightening Jokers.
So we had,
I still remember how funny it was that.
We had
it's still funny to me that I was the one who was pushing the hardest for Metal Gear to be in the most important games.
Changes.
Yo, I have a question for you, Rabbit.
So it's a really rich era.
How do you feel about Metal Gear Survive?
Oh, I do. I definitely feel.
So basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that.
Have you seen Wander Over Yonder?
On how to work with the community, how to
I've only seen like the musical scenes.
So
I own the entire series on iTunes.
We decided on, you know what, it's pre-alpha, we reviewed
come
the
back.
game, we invited the community.
So how do you feel
to
about
become a part,
Metal Gear Survive? Like,
of our
tell me your
development team.
thoughts
So
on
we
that
launched
one.
our Anno Union
He
platform.
had a whole video
constant
about
weekly,
it, and you should watch
updates on
it.
the current development and invite players
I
to
did
feedback and
I did a review. I did a 50-minute gameplay commentary or something.
Some choices have been steered
That's
by
about all I can muster at this
so
moment
there's a
in
lot of
time.
different stuff we did. So like from
Would you want to play some Metal Gear Survive and go drifting?
Focus playtesters were invited
I'm
players.
okay.
We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that's
I am really in the mood for some drifting.
Players like that, so okay. Let's do it like
My
improve the quality a
favorite.
little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like that.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So right just in time for E3, you can go to anno-union.com, check out, we have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote
Then you can
I
design
feel like
handle your
Jinx.
own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like.
What,
And
Pokemon?
the winner of that contest
No,
will actually make
the
it into the
YouTuber,
game.
the reactor.
Now, where's the website that people can go to?
Please let this cat comment in the comment section. Please let Death Stranded be good so Kojima can buy back Metal Gear.
And we want to invite
Oh, Metal Gear is so poor right now. It's got the lowest stock in the entire world.
Just check it
out. Yeah.
I could probably buy Metal Gear for fuck's sake.
Anno 1800.
Language.
Our next title
Oh yeah,
is the
I
final
forget whose
battle
stream I'm in
royale of the
sometimes.
night, and Frank,
Yeah, this isn't your Christian Minecraft server. It's mine.
Okay, I think we're running that joke into the ground.
Publisher Tiny Build is known for discovering distinctive indie developers
It
and
will be
bringing
dead
their
after
sparkling
E3.
ideas to the fore, with Cluster Truck, Speedrunners, and Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of hits.
PC
And
players.
now I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world-exclusive reveal of a game developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. Top
Battle
down,
Royale
isometric,
mixes cyanide
cartoony,
and happiness.
Bonkers. Let's take a look at what
Yeah, I don't
happens
think
when
it's
the man
so coming.
upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I'm really far behind, aren't I? Just remembered that. It's like, how are you so far ahead?
You might want to refresh the page.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Oh, I'm gonna watch some ads again. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, Tiny Build.
Dear God, every day I strive to be closer to your light. I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side.
Who prays like that?
Amen.
People in trailers.
People in cartoons. God's sake.
I like this.
Little help.
This kid gets me.
Thanks, brah.
Rapture Rejects.
Harold! Get down here this instant! You didn't rake the leaves! Smell you later, you old
Oh, I can do that one.
That is instant.
That's funny.
I'm getting a real South Park Stick of Truth vibe from this.
I might check that one out.
We got to show that trailer. That's so great. Our final game that we'll be showcasing this evening is from perhaps the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman
they were
series.
going to do that.
Let's take a look at a brand new trailer.
That's not the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming. Metal Gear was the thing until like.
Excuse me, but that belongs to Splinter Cell.
Nobody remembers Metal Gear anymore.
What you need to do for your post E3 like video is just you need to take that quote of you doing the most famous stealth action franchise in E3, and you just need to just stare at the screen and just holding like a bottle of alcohol and take a swig.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember Metal Gear. Wasn't always about zombies.
I remember Metal Gear.
Only 90s kids will remember Metal Gear.
I remember the deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters.
Zanzibar hamsters. Fox died. These are beautiful things, guys. Guys who just like change personality because their arm tells them to. It's brilliant. It's a good series. Don't get any of that in goddamn Hitman. What's Hitman gonna do?
I love how none of us were paying attention to the trailer. We were just...
It's Hitman, it's all Metal Gear.
Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Nicholson. Join me up here, Jacob. Come on out.
There was a moment, I think, when we were watching Bethesda, I was the oldest one on the call, and I felt incredibly old.
Welcome, Jacob. Thanks for joining me. I mean, right away, tell me, what is Agent 47 doing in Miami?
Well, he's there to
He's allowed to go wherever he wants.
Robert Knox, who are part of the Kronstadt Empire. And yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And, you know, I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high-detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in Miami. So pits and paddocks, there's an emergency room, and so on. So all the facilities needed in order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of the mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics?
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who's like really into Hitman.
For instance,
the
crowds we saw.
So yeah, this would be more of his thing.
First of all, there's more than ever.
Luna Corba, he loves Hitman.
And
so
on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in. So in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then of course you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman, things like elusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you. And then, of course, the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only. And you have one shot at this or, go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super looking forward to Hitman 2.
All right, I think that's the end.
I might be the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left, for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
They let me come down from the balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it. The PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for all of you who came out to the Hill Turn and joined us.
Someone's
today.
real sad.
And
it's not me.
Chat. I know that
they're on the E3 website saying that there are 10. Oh God, they might be announcing it for the PS4.
We're curating even more great PC games for the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall.
Or the Switch. There's no way they could get that thing working on the Switch. But the PS Guild Wars 2. ArenaNet is one of the participating companies in this.
Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Development.
I don't know what it is about what it was about the way they presented it, but they just presented it in a very boring way, like all of these games.
They just kind of,
they needed to get a little bit more creative with it. I'll agree with that. They had the games, but not the personality that could carry it.
Yeah.
I like this better than Square Enix's, but not quite.
Someone had to watch it.
All right, so who here? So Creepy, are you gonna make a donation to the Josh Scorcher is Always Right Foundation?
Yes.
You don't need any money.
I'm going to go donate some blood, sweat, and tears as I prepare for the next conference, the Sony one, which is in an hour almost.
Is it in an hour?
Yes, we finally.
How long was this conference?
An hour and 48 minutes.
How?
Yeah.
What were we just doing for the last hour and a half?
Just
we were
shooting
watching.
crap, talking about Metal Gear.
Nothing.
All right.
I'm a little upset with this. I was genuinely expecting them to be here because they put them on the front page and everything. So
the moral of the story is to never hope for anything.
Yeah. No. Oh, hey. Here's something really, really sad here, guys. Nothing regarding Valve.
Nothing at all. Were they supposed to make VR games or something?
No, for the past 2 years, nothing regarding Valve.
Yeah,
dude, Valve hasn't made anything good or anything really since 2010, if I'm not mistaken.
What year was
their
Portal 2?
their last major release, Portal 2, which is 2010?
Yeah, and their last major and their last major decision lately was to allow
not the best decision.
Pretty much any game that's not trolling on the Steam Stormfront.
That sounds like a good. No, that sounds like a bad idea.
Hey, I'm gonna quickly go make a video game. Feel free to support it. It's it's titled Josh Scorcher is a butt face. Where you fart on this JPEG of Josh Scorcher for points and my admiration.
Your admiration. Because that's not points. That's something else.
I like the idea of you click the mouse button and you hear a little fart noise and it's good job. Sure. Great. Uh-huh.
Like a combo meter. Combo
breaker.
Okay, so let's give this conference a pro-Jared score.
Okay, so that was a disappointing child out of 10.
I'm gonna say an empty game case of Metal Gear Solid 3 out of 10.
I'm going because
that's really sad.
Okay, because I'm hungry right now, I'm going to say unseasoned meat out of 10.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Unseasoned meat. It's it's good, but
there's substance there. It just needs a little bit of work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll see you in an hour at the Sony conference. Thanks for coming, and we're gonna end this in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.